Stage 4 of Giro d'Italia women, and it would be a testing and demanding summit finish in prospect. The first of 2 summit finishes along the week from Castello Tessino to Pianezze. 142 kilometres in prospect, 4 tough climbs along the way. A second day in pink for Anna Henderson of the Lidl Trek squad. And Lorena Wiebes, the European champion, after her stage 3 victory. And looking forward to a day in the sun once more in northern Italy. Elisa Longo-Borghini, the Italian champion and reigning champion of the event, interested in trying to find a way up in general classification from 3rd position. Anna Henderson, all smiles at the start as 148 riders representing the 22 teams raced into action, and it was a very fast and frenetic first hour of racing. Eventually, after 30 kilometres, a very strong breakaway group of 4 emerged out front, including stage 3 winner Lorena Wiebes of the Team SD Works Pro Time squad. Clear of the field with Eleonora Gasparini of UAE Team ATQ, Alessia Vigilia of FDJ Suez, and Lika Noyen from Team Visma Lisa Bike. Lorena Wiebes taking the first position at the intermediate sprint, and with the 12 bonus points, 12 points towards the points classification, that would draw her within 4 points of the lead of the Maglia Rossa competition held by Anna Henderson. Onto the testing and demanding climbs along the way. The second of the 4 climbs in prospect, the daunting Muro de Ca del Poggio, and Lorena Wiebes leading the quartet across the 1.1 kilometre climb with a reduced advantage. One stage, 3.5 minutes in hand for the 4 riders up front. And Vigilia, the race leader on the road, that was pared back. A sustained push from the main peloton behind. And as they approached the penultimate climb of the day with 15 kilometres remaining onto Santo Stefano, Vigilia decided to strike out for glory. The local rider with the FDJ Suez squad claiming the top points. That's the 3rd climb of the day. And keen to become the last rider standing. As behind, Wiebes and friends toiled in the sunshine to try and make it through to the bottom of the final climb, clear of the field. The main peloton loomed as the 11.1 kilometres of the Pianezze climb loomed in the distance, and well, 7.2% average, 11% maximum gradient was going to prove too challenging for last year's runner-up and world champion Lotte Kopecky, among many others. A really strong injection of pace by the Movistar squad at the bottom of the mountain could pay to Anna Henderson's chances of retaining the Maglia Rossa, and Marlen Reusser was on the attack, having pared the group down to just a handful of favourites. She throttled back a little bit, allowing other riders to regroup and regain. Into the final 5 kilometres, Reusser and others on the front, Anna van der Breggen with a sustained pull to try and thin out that group. The 4-time champion not able to follow when Reusser launched her second attack. And then, within a couple of kilometres of the finish line, Sarah Gigante of the AG Soudal squad surprising Reusser, Longo-Borghini and Niedermayer with a really impressive effort that drew her clear. She would expand her advantage all the way to the finish line. Behind, Elisa Longo-Borghini, the reigning champion, looking to limit her losses to the flying Australian rider and also potentially put Marlen Reusser under a bit of pressure. Niedermayer fading a little from the 2 chasers as up front and into the final couple of 100 kilometres. Into the final couple of 100 metres. Sarah Gigante across the line to scoop her first victory in Giro d'Italia. Behind, Elisa Longo-Borghini, 25 seconds back. Claimed the bonus seconds for a second and pared her deficit to Marlen Reusser. Is behind Anna Henderson, 10 minutes in arrears, handed over the overall race lead. Sarah Gigante claiming her first success at World Tour level in the Grand Tours. And Marlen Reusser back in pink, now with a reduced advantage over Elisa Longo-Borghini. Sarah Gigante up to 3rd at 35 seconds. Henderson holds a reduced advantage in the points competition ahead of Lorena Wiebes. while Sarah Gigante an extra reward for her efforts. She's into the lead of the mountains competition with a 15-point advantage. And Antonia Niedermayer, as usual, is the leader of the young rider competition heading into stage 5.
So Sarah, congratulations. We have seen your big smile in the last kilometers and all the fans cheering for you. What are the emotions now?
Yeah, I'm really in shock. I knew I was riding quite strongly and I knew I had an amazing team. We saw that already at the previous races like the Tour of Swiss and also in stage 2, but to come away with the stage win after such great teamwork all day and all week is just, yeah, beyond my dreams really. I'm coming back from a big surgery. I had 6 months off after iliac artery endofibrosis, and then I dislocated my shoulder just as I was coming back. So it's been a long time, and yeah, this is by far my biggest win, especially in Europe. So yeah, I'm just so grateful to my team for always believing in me, not just this week, but ever since I joined the team. I just love the team. So thank you, AG, Insurance Soudal.
What there was in your mind when you decided to leave alone behind you Elisa Longoborghini and Marlen Reusser?
Yeah, I mean, my DS, Danny, was amazing on the radio. She was telling me, stay calm, because even from the bottom, Marlen attacked and we had a gap. I could have spent a lot of energy there, but Danny just said, wait. And we also have Ashley Momen-Pasio, Ushka, Ziga and Laura Deskepa all riding so strongly. So we wanted to use those numbers. So tried to stay patient, which is not how I normally ride. But then when I saw Marlen go and I was feeling good, Elisa and Antonia started to drop and I knew I was on a good day. So I thought, maybe I'll try too. And then, yeah, I really thought they were going to catch me. I know you're not meant to look back, but I kept looking back because it just seemed too good to be true.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Marlen, back in peak, how does it feel?
Super nice. I'm really happy. I really like it.
Looking at today's stage, we have seen the head-to-head with Elisa Longoborghini. I mean, a similar head-to-head you have in the GC. What do you think about?
Yeah, it's nice. I think it was exciting to watch, I hope, at least.
Sure.
We made a nice race. And yeah, I think it's nice to have this battle. We were not sure how it goes today and what is possible in this climb. It's not such a steep climb, it's not crazy long, so we were like, what's gonna happen? And I think if it would be more clear, it's less interesting, so it's nice to have a battle.
Looking at tomorrow, it will be an important stage, I think, in 2 ways, because you have to recover a little bit in order to face the next important steps, but also you have to keep the Maglia Rosa, so what's your plan?
Yeah, tomorrow I think it's mainly a tricky final just because of the roads and the corners. I expect it to be a sprint, but like a dangerous one. So I think it's more a day where you should not lose the GC and you're not going to win it there, but you should not lose it there. So we will be very focused and try to keep it safe, and I hope everybody tries to keep it safe. I hope the whole peloton has this goal, and then yeah, I think the last 3 stages is going to be the interesting one in terms of the GC.
For sure. How are the legs? How do you feel now?
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.